Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm out in the garage again, pushing a box and working on the old Chrysler. And I got a box of toys. I'll show you what's in here real quick before we continue. I've got 4 cans of wheel paint. This is VHT high temp wheel paint for, I don't know why it's high temp, but it's high temp. As you can see over here, my wheels are a little grubby. I'll be doing that. Here's my tool caddy with SpongeBob and everything. But I got 4 cans of paint, 1 per wheel. I got a K&N wrench-on oil filter because I run these on this car and it's happy with them. There's 3 more cans of paint. And then you're probably wondering what's in that box right there. Well, I'm having a problem in my car where when I'm idling, I've got low voltage at idle. Let me set you guys down right here. Sorry if it's a little shaky. Set you guys down there. I'll go ahead and get this box out. You can see it says Alternator. Yes, I purchased a new alternator from Summit Racing, and it's been chromed. So I'm gonna bling my car out even a little bit more and install a chrome alternator. So this is the factory Chrysler style alternator. It said in the website that it put out 60 amp, but actually this thing puts out like 70 amp or so, which I'm not running anything fancy, so it's all stock. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. I'll probably time lapse this for you guys to see. But so far all I've done is I removed these 2 leads here, which the blue one goes up top and this green one goes toned over to the side. I'm using a 7/16 to get the this big wire off. I don't remember what the heck it's called, the lead wire, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm getting that one off. Disconnected my battery because, well, you don't want to mess with electrical when you're doing the battery. You don't want to mess with electrical when your battery's hooked up, is what I meant to say. Now, I did mention back in a video ago that I did a lot of work to this thing. I ended up deleting my computer, this little box right here, like I said I was going to do. So that is just there as a dummy. It is no longer do anything. Let me pull the air cleaner off for you guys. You can see it's pretty gross because this car has been so reliable I haven't had to come under here. But I'll go ahead and pull the air cleaner to the side. If I can get the top off. Hold on a second, guys. Let me set you up right here. There we go. This is how reliable this car's been that I haven't even had to pull the air cleaner off. Alright. So, air filter, K&N, y'all know that. Let me grab you guys here again. There is a regular, non-computer controlled 2-barrel Carter carburetor that's been remanufactured. It's originally off a 77 Cordoba. So I put that on there. And then you can see in the back right there, the distributor, I've got the HEI male type plugs on there. That is an MSD ready to run pro billet distributor. Super easy 2-wire hookup. I got a ground wire right here, and then I don't know if it can work or not, but you can kind of see the coil right down there that I've got the distributor hooked up to, and there's already 12 volts going to the coil from the stock wiring harness. So that's what I've got, guys. Got rid of the computer, so the car runs so much better. I do notice a little bit more power. I do have a little bit of seepage on the side of the carb here, so I got to do some detail work, which I'm not going to film because it's just me wiping stuff, and y'all know what that looks like. But that's what I've done to this thing. It's incredible how well this car runs now. It's still Not the fastest thing in the world, but as long as you got your foot down, it'll keep going. It doesn't care what speed you're at. It'll just, it's like a plow truck in the winter, you know. No worries there. So that's what I'm doing. Again, the alternator here is actually my belt tensioner. This car has 4 belts on it, as you can see down there from the crank pulley. So I've got my AC compressor, which I need to fix still. My alternator has 2 belts on it because they didn't run just 1 belt because it has slippage from the factory, so they put 2 belts on there. This is my whatchamacallit, smog pump. All it does is it blows fresh air into the catalytic converters basically to make them work a little better at warm up. Power steering down there has got 1 belt on it, and then my water pump slash fan has 2 belts on it here. So replacing the belts on this is like 80 or 90 bucks because there's so many of them, but they're still in good condition. I haven't worried about changing them yet. See my nice shiny valve covers that I've got on there. I have a little bit of seepage down right here because Chrysler didn't machine down the surfaces of the heads where the valve covers bolt to. They're just cast, so they leak a little bit, so I gotta clean that up. But yeah, this car's been great. I do, like I said, need to paint the wheels. It is a little dirty right now. I need to give it a bath. But yeah, new alternator. I mean, this is a reman alternator. I don't know when it was installed, but I've never changed it, and it's full of belt dust and all kinds of stuff. But I'll check in with. I'll go ahead and get this alternator off. I'll check in with you guys in a little bit, and I'll show you how she's going. I thought I'd give you guys a little comparison between the two. There's the new one. Let's see. Can you guys guess which one's the new and which one's the old? I'm thinking that one looks better. Let's see. Is there a reman date on this thing? I mean, there's the sticker. You can clearly see the sticker. I don't know when it was done though. But this is a new alternator compared to this. Is probably just an old one somebody turned in as a core. But yeah, tasty, huh? All right, I'm gonna do some cleaning. We'll get this. See if we can get this guy in here. Ooh, sorry. Ooh, here we go. Bye. All right, guys. So last time you saw, which is gonna be split second for you, but not so much for me. I got the old alternator out. I did a little bit of cleaning. You can see a lot of the grease is gone now. It's not nearly as bad. It's not perfect. I'm not trying to get it perfect. I can still do a lot more. But you can at least now see the gap between the cylinder head and the engine block. Before it was just one big mess. I did paint my compressor pulley again. Scrubbed it with a steel brush. Got all that nice and purty. I polished my valve covers. So, I mean, they're not as good as they were when I first put them on. Don't get me wrong. Because I daily drive this thing. But looking a lot better than they were. Let's see now. This one, same thing. I got another fingerprint there. I got on the oil cap, breather, or whatever you want to call it. Got to get that off of there. I wish this plug wouldn't have to be here, but that's just the way the wiring harness is routed. I don't feel like changing it because it's a rat's nest, because that's the 80s. But as you can see, like in the back there, that's all nice and clean and shiny. And it's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. So let's grab that alternator, this nice clean one. I washed my hands fairly well. Let's see, directions. Anything I don't realize. mount it, check for the belt alignment, tighten the bolts, reconnect the wires. There's an external regulator, voltage regulator, so it's not in the alternator itself, which is what the old one was. The old one was just like it. So I'm just gonna go bolt this one in. Oh, I need this. I wonder if I need that tube out of there. Huh. I guess I gotta press that out, huh? Well. Oh no, there's a bushing in there. And this hole, even with that in there, is still a little bit wider than that hole, so that wouldn't work anyway. So I don't need that, which is nice. But as you can see, I'll go ahead and flip this guy over. Let's see what this sticker says. Disconnect negative battery cable before you're doing this. I showed you guys that I did do that. Go ahead and take this nut off of here. Ooh, it was tested. Output at highway speed, 7,500 RPM. Wow. 98 amps, idle, 69 amps. So, I'm happy with this thing. It should be fine. Let's see here now. This other alternator does have a hook right here for the wiring harness that screws in. I'm looking at these holes, and it goes into that hole right there, and that one's not threaded, so I'm not going to worry about it. I don't want to feel like tapping a hole right now. I wonder if there's a date on this thing. Remanufactured, made in Mexico, charging problems, call so and so. I don't know when it was replaced. My hands are all gross again. I'll pull that rag out of there when I'm done. Alright, let's put this nut, lock washer and everything, very nice. Take this nut over here so I don't lose it, which, knowing me, I probably would lose it if I didn't do this. So I'll put it right there. And I will clean the hardware as well that holds this alternator in. Okay. There we go. Carry the new guy over. And I'll set you guys back up here. Looking down at it. There we go. And, man, this thing looks good. I'm real happy with this. Slide this bad boy down. Ooh. Sorry about that, guys. Oops. Face reveal. Haha. Want to make sure you guys aren't cracked or nothing. Let's try this again. There. Back you up a little bit, maybe. Yeah. Come on, camera. There. Okay. Here we go. Maybe I won't knock you off this time. Okay, so like you said, like you saw before, everything is in. Alternator's bolted in, nice and tight. Belts are nice and tight. A little bit of wiping to do there. I used to have a leak right here from my air conditioner, and now the leak is stopped. You know why? Nothing else to leak out. It's empty. Because this hose is leaking, so you can see how floppy that is. Shouldn't be that floppy. Anyway, so everything's nice and purdy now. Go ahead and get my tools out of here. I'm just going to plop them right down at the front. Then I'll deal with that later. Oh, need to put the battery back on. Check the motion. A little over full, but it'll go up into the cylinder heads and stuff when it's running. I check it after it runs for a little bit, and it's dead on perfect, so that's good. Haven't had any problems with it. Haven't lost any oil, so that's good. Go ahead and hook our battery back up here. I will say something funny. I was working on a customer's mower a little bit earlier today, and I didn't hook back up the spark plug wire. And I went to go start it, and it started up on the first pole. And I looked down at the spark plug wire, and it's dangling in front of the mower. And I'm going, how in the world is this piece of junk running without the spark plug wire hooked up? Well, it was just close enough that it was jumping the gap. It kind of freaked me out a little bit. I was ready to burn the mower, you know. It's like, oh, it runs without actually being able to run. But it's haunted or something. Alright, that's nice and snug. I'll leave that off because we need to get the meter and put the meter on there. But first things first is to start the car and see how she does. So here we go. See some pumpage. Got the spare key today because I didn't feel like getting the actual key. It's upstairs and this one wasn't. So pumpage and crankage. Alright, you can see the voltmeter there. It's definitely charging. She's running good. It's at high idle right now. It's warming up. You can hear it whining almost. Kind of sounds like a supercharger a little bit. See, how's she looking? Leveled right on out. That looks good. Let's get the meter. I'll close the door and get the meter, and we'll see how it's doing with the charging. I've never used a multimeter before. They're extremely handy tools. I use mine a lot. Alright, I'm going to set y'all up right here. Let's see what kind of reading we get at high idle. .8. That looks really good. Charging should be anywhere from 13 to 15 volts, so that was looking good at high idle. Let me break the idle, see what it's doing. Alright, so there's regular idle. And we're still sitting at 14.6. My other alternator was down at like 12.8. So that's awesome. I am very happy with that. For some reason this engine still has a little bit of a shake to it. You probably can see it. See how it's shaking a little bit. I don't know why. I've put a new carburetor on it. I've put a new distributor in it. I've checked the timing a couple times. I've changed the plugs twice. I've done a lot of work to this car, and it's still got a little bit of a shake to it at idle. So I'm narrowing it down to, my uncle was crazy and he put a camshaft in it, and I got a little bit of rough idle now. It doesn't feel like it, but I don't know what else it could be. So there you guys go. It's quiet, running real good. I am very, very pleased with that. So I love this car. It's a fantastic automobile. But she sure does look good. That thing looks awesome in there. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down here. I'm going to be driving it a little bit more today, so there you go. Hidden diesel, looking real, real good. Alright guys, once again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Something a little different than the landscaping. And I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully you're not drooling by now. It was definitely a long video, so. Alright guys, take care. Stay cool this very hot day. It's super hot here, so bye.